17th of March, and here we go with the news for today. First article on my phone is from The Guardian, and here we go. Towers with Grenfell-style cladding at risk of arson and terrorism. Fears of vulnerable buildings lead councils to keep locations secret, Guardian finds. Public officials fear terrorism and terrorists and arsonists could target high-rise homes that are still covered in combustible Grenfell-style cladding, amid increasing delays to safety works. A Guardian investigation has found an estimated bill to reclad at least 288 towers in England, which failed combustibility test after 71 people died, at Grenfell Tower in West London is now cost to reach £1 billion. There are waits of up to 7 months to test alternative systems to ensure they are safe and legal. Disputes are holding up works elsewhere. Concern over terrorism and arson have been voiced in central and local government, and councils are now trying to keep the locations of scores of affected blocks safe because of a perceived danger. Freedom of information requests were sent by the Guardian to 36 councils across England known to fail towers in the area in order to chart the scale of the problem, with vulnerable cladding 9 months after Grenfell. One council owned a block in Slough, Berkshire, with combustible insulation has already been attacked by arsonists several times, by the local authority confirmed. Another private block in the tower, fitted with aluminium composite materials similar to those at Grenfell, has a fire crew and warns on 24-hour watch. Slough Borough Council refused to release detailed information about affected buildings, citing the government's concern that vulnerable buildings could become a target for terrorist activity. It said there was a real and significant risk of repeat attacks. In the London Borough of Islington, 44 buildings remain under investigation and 7 have been confirmed as clad in flammable panels. The council would not say where the buildings were because in the wrong hands the information could be used by arsonists terrorists. Some officials have also worried landlords might be attacked by angry residents. Wandsworth Council in South London said releasing information may allow an individual building owner to be found by other individuals intent on harming them. The concerns come amid fresh fire safety fears after detectives investigating the Grenfell disaster revealed that apartment doors that were supposed to withstand the fire for 30 minutes failed in half the time. Housing Minister Dominic Raab also admitted that only around a quarter of affected households have been permanently rehoused, with 84 of 208 still in emergency accommodation. The government had pledged to rehome all families within a year. The public inquiry into the fire resumes this week. Ministers have admitted that only 7 of 158 social housing blocks in England have failed cladding tests, have been reclad. Officials don't have the speed of progress in the private sector, where at least 130 tall buildings failed combustibility tests. The Guardian's investigation suggests it is slower. Of 10 councils that provided information about privately owned tower blocks, half said none of the failed cladding had been removed, accounting for 121,220 homes. Tens of thousands more homes are likely to be unfixed. Officials are frustrated at the failure of many private landlords to provide information and are providing councils with £1 million to help track them down. The security services do not know of any specific terror threat, The Guardian understands, but the authorities are concerned that the risk of attacks on buildings is likely to increase anxiety about the slow progress of remediation works. The Guardian this week visited students in Nottingham and Leicester living in halls of residence said entirely clad in panels but have failed tests. In Salford, Greater Manchester, 29 tower blocks were found to be wrapped in cladding that failed government safety tests, but work to remove the material ground to halt last autumn. London Borough Greenwich, which declined to release affected blocks, is home to a complex of 12 tall buildings occupied by 3,000 people. The buildings are still clad in combustible panels amid a legal dispute over responsibility for the £40 million replacement costs. Residents have said they fear for their safety. The National Housing Federation (NHF), which represents social housing landlords, is calling on ministers to accelerate works and cut costs. It said long delays were being caused by lack of fire experts and specialist contractors, as well as a queue of 50 systems waiting to be tested at the Building Research Establishments (BRE). Government must lead on identifying and blocking delays at every stage, says Lucy Grove, Grenfell Programme Leader at the NHF. Right now this means making sure BRE prioritises tests for materials being used on these buildings. The Federation is also calling on the Chancellor Philip Hammond to remove VAT on cladding works. The average cost per tower, according to information provided by councils about the refit of 21 towers, is £3.5 million, and there are ongoing disputes in the public and private sectors over who should pay. A spokesman for the Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government said the process is complex and will take time. While this remediation work is ongoing, interim safety measures have been put in place to ensure these buildings are now safe. Not all councils insist on keeping the locations of their affected buildings secret. 19 provided addresses for buildings which withheld cladding, and some withheld data for other reasons, including fearing being sued by owners whose property values might drop. In Oldham, Greater Manchester, where there are believed to be between 1 and 5 failed privately owned buildings, the council refused to provide further information, citing public safety risks, distress to residents, unwarranted negative attention from the media, and the risk of that owners may face loss of insurance cover and suffer property depreciation. Wandsworth refused to divulge the whereabouts of between 4 and 8 failed private buildings because of the potential for widespread public panic. The London Borough of Lambeth said it was worried about being sued by owners who may suffer a fall in demand for their flats. There are understood to be between 4 and 9 such blocks in the borough. It added, "It is not in a public interest to provide information. If you do not do so, would mean that the council would have to pay significant amounts in compensation to third parties from the public purse." End of article. End of part 1. Here we go with part 2 with BBC News on Twitter, starting off with UK as usual. Manchester United beat Brighton and Hove Albion 2-0. Kate and William and Kate brave snowy St Patrick's Day parade. Met officers have issued amber warnings, citing hashtag mini beast from the east. Leonard pledges to drive racism out of Scottish Labour. Ireland are Grand Slam champions. As they won the Six Nations this year, beating England 12-15-24. Robot Wars has been axed by BBC again. Met Office yellow warnings in place across much of the UK until Sunday as many beasts from the east hits. There were plenty of GB success at the Winter Paralympics 2018. Mario Mustafa death, post-mortem results inconclusive. At full time, Italy beat Scotland Scotland wins over Italy 29-27. Read cool heads. Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn on row between UK and Russia over nerve agent attack on former spy. Finsbury Cliff top homes perilously close to edge. Russia spy poisoning. Britain won't tolerate threats, says May. Russia's response doesn't change the facts of the matter. UK Prime Minister Theresa May reacts to Russia expelling 23 British diplomats amid tension over nerve agent attack. Machete attack in Manchester City Centre bar. Schools and nurseries warned over scarlet fever rise. Enfield murder. Man dies after being shot and stabbed. Stiff Paddington pensioner retires aged 91. Boy rescued from Birkenbeck Island cut off by tide. Flights cancelled as drivers want to take care of mini beasts from the east. Cold snaps hits hard parts of UK. Telford abuse. New victims come forward to police. This board takes full responsibility for our predicament. Karen Brady apologises for the recent trouble at West Ham's London Stadium. A man in his 30s is attacked with a machete in the Manchester City Centre bar. Stephen Hawkins, Cambridge PhD, sees surge in online audiences. Russian exiles contacted over safety after the tycoon murder. 8 out of 10 academics in deficit, says accountant. Man arrested after a reported shooting in St. Leonard's. And of BBC News UK. Now for BBC News World. See what's going on elsewhere. Trump campaign data. Firm accused of harvesting Facebook data. Rain at unrest. French island residents round up foreigners. Russian spy poisoning. Czechs Hungary rejects Russia claims. From Luke Skywalker in Dublin to Green River in Chicago. So if you're looking that you have been able to see the camera I'm filming this on. Prince Albert II of Monaco conmen used fake prince to extract money. Blossom in southwest China captured by drone. Serial civilians killed as thousands flee Turkish airstrikes. A risk clean-up campaign amidst airlift 100 tons of waste. Mauritius President Garib Fakim to resign. A man discovered he was in the background of a photo of his wife 11 years before he met her. Indian Wells, Venus Williams and Samira Halep suffer shock semi-final losses. Migrant crisis, at least 15 died as a boat capsizes off Greece. RuPaul is the first drag queen to get Hollywood star. Paige VanZant, UFC gave me an eating disorder. China anti-corruption chief Wang Zhishan named Xi Jinping's deputy. Miami bridge collapse. Engineer reported cracks in voicemail. Facebook suspends political data from Cambridge Analytica, who were credited with helping Donald Trump win the 2016 US election. Stephen Hawking's PhD thesis has been viewed 250,000 times online since news of his death broke on Wednesday, the University of Cambridge reveals. Trump lawyers seek $20 million damage from porn star Stormy Daniels. UK police issue warnings to Russia exiles. Oscar Academy chief John Bailey faces harassment allegations. Former FBI deputy head McCabe sacked. The rappers getting terror sentence for songs. We will stay until the end. A doctor's battle in Syria. Trump diplomacy. He is going to represent the UK at North Korea talks. Now, I'm okay with my son Lincoln in Swedish. Indians who used kayaking to lift themselves out of poverty. Black man beaten in Charlottesville. Rally cleared of assault. John F. Kennedy's lost speech is recreated. And part 2, end of video.